Cold Wave number 2 will arrive within an hour of the Founders period ending. It's time to end Earth sickness once and for all and summon more humans to the surface of Mars. Hello, Legion. It's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Surviving Mars Green Planet. In our Red Winter series, we have a supply shipment dropping down onto that landing pad. As I mentioned, the Founder stage is over in 5 hours. Our Cold Wave is arriving in 6 hours. So we have 2 Earth-sick colonists left, but their comfort level is rising. Now, we have a gamer here, unfortunately, that is not getting a lot happier because there's no gaming building in order for them to enjoy themselves. Are we surprised? I mean, you can't play Surviving Mars while you're on Mars, and he seems to be rather upset about that, despite the fact that he's actually, living it. There's some wonderful, just meta commentary happening right now in terms of what that means for gaming in real life and our interaction with the real world as gamers, especially when we game more than we should. That's kind of hilarious, actually, that's the reason he's unhappy. But anyway, we are at level 2, or speed 2 right now. We can go back up to speed 3, but we're really waiting for this cold wave to arrive. All right, there we go. The Founder stage has ended, which means we'll probably get that notification, right? The door towards the stars. There it is. The longtime dream of the human civilization as a whole to settle another world has come true. To be among the people who made this happen makes me feel enthusiastic and proud. We are already swarmed with applications for relocation on Mars, and the wanderlust and enthusiasm of these people makes me proud to be a human being. The Red Planet continues to be inhospitable and even dangerous, but we as a species had always displayed the ability to adapt and improve. The adverse conditions will only make us try harder, so I say, bring it on. The colony has been evaluated positively. Additional colonists can be called from Earth. Looks like we have a serious adventure ahead of us. Okay, so our new rocket, well, not new rocket, but our supply rocket has arrived, and they're unloading some additional machine parts, polymers, and electronics. We also brought some food on this rocket. So now we have a cold wave that's about to kick in. I believe our 2, let's go ahead and turn on our 2 subsurface heaters. These are going to draw a lot of power. Looks like this one is up and running. We gave the order to maintain it at the end of the last episode. So we just want to make sure that our water storage, which is currently at capacity, is in good shape and stays in good shape. So let's let the cold wave kick in. You can see how the ice has already been melted by the subsurface heater here. And there we go. All right, so definitely having a power shortage almost immediately. Rather significant one at that. That's going to be problematic. Then again, some buildings are not worked at night, so maybe that will make things better. This is our very first cold snap with colonists on the surface. So I would like at least you're not the gamer. I would like you, Georges Daniel. I don't want to lose you. You're an enthusiast. So we want Georges to get better. That's our current goal. Also, hang on. I think I can go ahead and give the order to bring in more resources. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's lots more to be discovered here. But for now, let's create a transport route. All resources. Did I do it again? Yep, did it again. Talked about this in the last episode. Last couple of episodes, really. Don't zoom out. It's just automatic. Like you want to go to another area of your colony, so you zoom out, then zoom back in. But then it undoes the command. Might leave that as a suggestion for the fine folks at Hemamont. Water chip. Your attention is required. The terminal softly beeps, indicating that the water chip for one of our domes has failed. The chip controls the water recycling for Helix number 1 dome. Without it, water consumption there will increase by 400%. We were supposed to get replacement water chips, but it seems they were wrongly delivered somewhere in Southern California on Earth. Huh. The water chip is quite complex, and it will take us 6 sols to manufacture it here on Mars. Alternatively, we could import a new one from Earth. So import water chip from Earth. Okay. I hate it, but let's go ahead and just import a new one. Will it come on a rocket, or will it arrive automatically? I don't know. All right, we'll have to see how that goes. Now, stored power-wise, we're doing quite well. We're losing a good amount of power. Our cold wave is going to last another 2 sols in 5 hours. But this cold wave should help us ride out the last of at least George's and his... Georges's, that's how we say Georges's, earth sickness. So we really don't want to lose that enthusiast. India has had the first Martian born. Well, la-di frickin' da. Ask me if I care, India. I'm trying to survive the frigid north here. So you can take your Martian born and shove it. 2 sols and 2 hours remaining. Let's go up to speed 3. Hypersensitive photovoltaics. That's actually good. That'll help us produce power during this difficult period, especially, well, only during the day, but it will help. All right, productivity training is going to go up. Extractive amplification, low-G engineering. I kind of want that now, so I can build a new dome ASAP. Let's see. Let's queue up hygroscopic vaporators and drone hub. So we'll have plenty of research coming in. How you doing, Georges? So, service building was still closed. New planetary anomalies found. That's good news. Let's see what we can do. Project Commodore. Something interesting seems to be going on here on Mars. Many interesting things can get you killed. So we have a breakthrough project. We could send some scientists and get some research progress. That's good. Send some engineers, get some research progress. We could send our RC transport and get resources from Project Limegrass. New technologies from Project Armstrong. We send 5 drones and get new technologies from Project Babylon. Let's send that. Go. That's an obvious choice, especially because we got drones just sitting around at the moment. Okay, now, one thing I will have to do is check out our drone. By the way, speaking of that, speaking of drone control, somebody mentioned, and I remember now that they did add us a screen. Is it? Yeah, here we go. All right, this allows me to very easily reallocate drones in between. Yeah, so I can have rockets listed here. Well, it's based on filters. But this way I can make sure that drones are balanced in between my different hubs. I don't have any prefabs at the moment, but this is going to be, it's going to go a long way towards the supply chain management dilemma. That's a screen that is a more recent addition to the game, and I'm just not used to it being there, to be completely frank. So I appreciate the reminder. Oh, look, the the dust geyser is white in the midst of this storm. All right, so we have 2 special projects happening right now. Good, more metal. Glad to be finding lots of metal down there. All right, during the day, we definitely have a power surplus, and it seems like we are not running out of water in the midst of our current cold snap. That's fantastic.
Anomaly analyzed.
Georges, how you doing? All right, new text available for research. Come on, I need you to get comfortable. I don't know why you're waiting, but I don't want to lose you, and I need to summon more colonists. Okay. Holy crap! Martian board adaptability, compact passenger module, nuclear fusion. You're interrupting me.
So long as you know where to look.
Thanks. Okay. Nuclear fusion, 3D machining, Martian patents, and conservation landscaping, ocean or open research screen. Good God. Nice. Conservation landscaping will come in handy. Also, Martian patents is a good way to get additional funding quickly. So we really, I mean, as far as the unlocks that we've gotten so far in this playthrough, it's just been insane. That's quite helpful. All right, you're still down here gathering whatever resources you can, I'm guessing. All right, so there's metal down here. Also concrete. I'm liking, it seems fairly resource rich down here. I'm liking it. It's working out in our favor. Capture Meteors has 1 soul and 5 hours remaining. All right, now the Dust Geyser is black, weirdly enough. Georges, how you doing? Come on, man. So he's not looking for a job because he's earthsick. Right now he's visiting the diner. So I can assign you to a residence, a workplace, or training building. He doesn't have a job, though, so I don't know if... Yeah, this is his current residence. So that didn't really do anything. All right, so Phoenix number 2 is ready to land again, and we can reallocate our drones once that rocket's down on the ground. Come on now. There we go. I'm hoping the Capture Meteor project doesn't damage our colony. There's always that kind of danger. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so we have one more prefab. There we go. Of course, there's one RC commander. Well, hang on. Here's one thing we can do. We don't need these drone hubs to have a ton of drones. The selection bug is driving me nuts. There we go. Discussed in the last episode that I don't actually think it's my mouse. If you missed that. So do let me know in the comments if you encounter it. All right, so you can definitely go up to 12. And then we have our RC commander that can go up to 8. And you actually, since you're servicing a drone, not a drone, but a dome, let's have you at 16. Tell you what, let's have you at 17. Why not have a bunch there to ensure that things go well? Georges, seriously, dude, I need you to, eat, drink, and be merry. Please. The cold wave is almost over. When the cold wave ends, I'm going to call people. And when I call people...
Meteor shower incoming.
All right, good. Do I know where it's going to be, though? At least I have plenty of warning. All right, productivity training is done. So as a result of productivity training finishing up, engineers and geologists will perform better. So my factories and my extractor will do better. I mean, there's always a chance that I can have another enthusiast. But just trying to be efficient here. Seems like his comfort level isn't changing too much. Yeah, service building was full. That's part of the issue. So the small spacebar can only accommodate so many people at once. That's problematic. We're going to need an additional dome so that people can access a full-sized spacebar for that purpose. And we can do that. That's not a problem. I might even be able to put another dome over here if I move some stuff around. Yeah, that's actually fairly easy to think about. I could put a dome here. it would still be in range of this heater, especially if I increased its range a little bit more. I don't know. It would be mostly warmed by the heater. But I might need to build another one eventually. At some point, we won't need them anymore. Cold snaps will end when we're at 50% here, so that's nice, at least. What are the other milestones that we have to look forward to? Let's remind ourselves, temperature-wise. 25% will have liquid water. Toxic rains start when there's 25% of an atmosphere and 25% temperature. By the way, if you missed it in the comments, I had this hilarious moment where I realized my mental flub from a few episodes back, talking about how I really didn't understand how you can increase the temperature without increasing the atmosphere. Mars has an atmosphere. My brain was literally interpreting the 0% there as a replacement of my knowledge that Mars does in fact have an atmosphere. You can see it turning all of our, propellers here. So we know that there is an atmosphere on Mars, both in-game and in real life. Helios number 1 dome has been fixed. Good. All right, so we have 4 hours remaining in the cold wave. Good. We have a new special project to capture meteors. So do we have 2 meteor storms incoming? Okay. So there's actually 2 separate meteor storms that are about to arrive. One organic and one, I really thought when this happened, it was a result of our special project, but there are 2. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to drop lots of resources for us. All right, so next. Yep. Lots of metals to be gathered here. Load metals from that region. Unload them up here.
Research complete.
Good. Extractor amplification is completed. I think I will leave my water. There it is, the end of the cold snap. We survived our second one, and our colonists survived their first. Let's turn off the subsurface heaters. Really cutting our power drain down nicely. All right, it's time. We've got to summon more colonists. I hate it. I really do. Yeah, we're going to lose an enthusiast, but there's just no choice. So let's see. So I still have, oh, this is perfect. I don't have to do any kind of special choosing of colonists. Let's go ahead and just bring 12 more down using our original criteria. Let's double check what specializations I ordered. Scientists, engineers, geologists, botanists. Are any medics coming? Yes, there are a couple of medics coming. That's great. So let's go ahead and launch. We are going to lose 2 colonists, possibly just 1 if the other Earthsick colonist, well, that's our gamer, so we know he's ditching the planet. Is it he or she? Clementine. Yeah, Clementine's leaving. She is leaving. All right, Phoenix number 1 is ready to land again. Let's bring you back down. Of course, there would be more food with these colonists as well. So this is going to really be a new beginning because we're going to have 22 colonists instead of just 12. We would have 24 if no founders were leaving, but hey. That's part of the story, you know. If you imagine this situation playing out in real life, you have 12 people. What's the likelihood that at least 1 or 2 of them are just going to say, you know what, when the next rocket arrives with colonist guys, peace, I'm out? What's the likelihood? You certainly see that happening in like a movie adaptation. There's always the bad egg. And these aren't necessarily bad eggs. They're just unhappy. You know, they're not comfortable. All right, Paradox Interactive will scan a planetary anomaly. So it looks like Project Commodore. It takes 12 hours. But I think we've already gotten that breakthrough, right? I don't have to worry about that. So I kind of do want to send them to get this breakthrough. I'll do it once our additional colonists have arrived, though. It's a real shame. I would have preferred not to lose anyone, and we tried. We really did last episode and this one. But at least we got the numbers back down. All right. Really loving the metal situation too. And I'm just in love with how fast the drones are. Really, where? Oh, sweet. Go, go, go. That's fantastic news. So we have our first meteor storm occurring over here. So there's going to be lots of research type anomalies and resources that will eventually be available over there. In 12 hours, we have the other meteor storm starting up. Also, let me go ahead and queue up. Those are some distant scans. Yeah, we did have a meteor just land over there. All right, here we go. Let's bring down our new colonists. Let's go ahead and completely allow for... I do want to amplify the extraction on this thing. We will have to do some maintenance here. That's fine. All of these buildings have been offline for a while, so understandably... No, let's have that fully open. That's fine. I do want to have the diner and the space bar open at all times. That seems to be important for comfort. I'll change that in the future again if I really feel like that's necessary. But I feel like people, some people just need to be working those jobs. That's not something I've ever done in Surviving Mars before, but I just feel like that's going to be vital. All right. So lots of repair to do here, but the drones are on it. Another new anomaly found. Oh, that's great. All right, so we're going to get some research out of this meteor shower that's happening right now. No edible food has been harvested. Our new colonists should be arriving, and here they are.
New colonists have arrived.
Okay, so we have 2 departing colonists. Makes me sad. Okay, so you're set to export resources. Let's have you offload those. All right, and how we doing? We're not producing a ton of rare metals per day yet. Is that another research anomaly? Oh my god, that's so great. All right, that's going to help a lot. All right, low-G engineering is currently being looked into. We need to look into more terraforming technologies for sure. Let's go ahead and add Dozer Rover, not because we need it, but because I want to see if I can unlock the ability to increase Mars's atmosphere. Drone hubs are constructed with additional 2 drones. We do need that. Since Drone Hub is on the list, let's go ahead and do that next, actually, then Dozer Rover. Now, we, of course, don't have really a lot of money to speak of, so we might have to do some research to get more money, but that's okay. Now, did I not give an order? That's right. I remember now. So let's take a look here. I think... All right. So this requires my RC transport, but it gives me resources. I'm going to go ahead and send you away, because God knows the RC transport is in good shape right now. All right, so I guess it's going to have to do its thing first once that order is completed, which is fine. I'm all right with it finishing its job down here before I do anything else.
Sector scanned.
Now that we can bring down additional colonists, though, we really need to start expanding the colony and doing more. All right, so it looks like the other meteor shower is right here, of all places. That's great news. That's going to give us resources and potential research to do here. But I need to go ahead and... I'm also very likely going to move my subsurface heater to be between 2 domes over here. All right, so with that in mind, see, I want a medium dome, and those are being researched right now, so I kind of want my next building to be a medium dome, not another small dome. But what I could do is a basic dome, and then have the medium dome able to harvest the metal. Okay, that's what I'll do. You twisted my arm, game. You twisted my arm. All right, so we definitely want them to be somewhat in range of one another. enough space in between them to have a good walkway and room for a ramp. So that, I think, should be good. All right, saying cold terrain, but not cold terrain here. I'm really liking that it's not a cold terrain dome. I know there's no cable connection game. Chill out. Yeah. All right, let's have it right there. And then... there we go. Now, one thing we could do is we could have the pipes extend between both domes so that if there was a failure in one, they would still be bringing in power and oxygen, or mainly oxygen. It would also be more aesthetically pleasing to have the connection be dual. But for now, just have the one. And I think I will go ahead and place a new subsurface heater so we can replace and just get rid of the old one. Let's see. Now, where's the drone commander? Okay, so we're going to need a new hub. And we don't quite have the ability to build hubs yet. That's still further down the list. Let's remove hygroscopic vaporators from the list. Maybe some of the research anomalies that we gain will allow us to just build one outright. That sounds like a good plan. I'm going to have this subsurface heater demolished. And this one will be up and running before long. Now, I think I can delete these pipes safely. I just almost deleted a drone on account of that selection bug. That's kind of annoying. Okay, well, on that note, we've got our second dome building. We're going to have a lot more going on once we have a pathway in between the domes. That's going to be set up right here. And then we're going to have a medium dome over here that's going to need to be warmed in order to work, but it will be able to farm from more than one metals deposit, which is really great because that'll set up our supply chain for production of machine parts. Our first machine parts factory is all the way, of course, in Helios number 1. But things are coming along pretty nicely. We survived that second cold snap. I think I've set some good infrastructure in place to make sure that that doesn't continue to be a threat. And it will still be a threat for a little while. But once this is above 50%, we will be okay. So there's still plenty that can go wrong, especially once supply chains start to wear a little bit thin and things slip under my radar and mistakes happen, which is inevitable in such playthroughs. But I'm having fun nonetheless. Hope you are too. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.